Yip here again, reporting from Derby City Classic at the Dr. Q Promotions Artistic Cup Championships with second place, Eric the Preacher Yao.
Second place, not bad at all.
Not
Appreciate
too
it, glad to
shabby.
be here.
And we're going to do a What's in the Case here with Eric today. Normally, we would just have 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 cues to show, but he's got quite the auxiliary here. So why don't we start off with what's on the table?
Well, this is a McDermott cue. This is the Artistic Pool Master Sportsmanship cue. I got this in the 2006 Masters, which was my first professional event. All the players voted who should get the sportsmanship medal, and this cue came with it, sponsored by McDermott. And I wound up playing with this cue in the 2006 World Championship, where I took 3rd place. So this cue certainly is a special one to me. I play with a sniper tip on practically all of my cues, with the exception, of course, of my jump cues and break cues. Speaking of jump cues, I got both of these jump cues from Joe Nielsen's Billiards. They're Lucasi jump cues. Why do I have 2 of them? It's because in my shows and a lot of competitions, we would do shots requiring 2 jump cues. That is to say that I'll jump 2 balls, over 2 balls to make 2 balls. Maybe I'll jump one-handed with my right hand, one-handed with my left hand. Really impressive stuff like that.
It's a very practical shot.
Oh, absolutely. Jump cues make them, easy. This is a cue that I normally shoot with. It's a Joss. It's fairly interesting to look at. It's got the pearls and different points and so forth. The thing I like about this cue is the OB1 shaft. I absolutely love this cue, of course, with a sniper tip that I put on it. The OB1 shaft with less deflection than most. It plays just as well as any that I've ever seen, probably better. So that's my main playing cue. Of course, I've got my Lucasi break cue back there. My backup playing cue, but I also use it with a lot of shots that would require a stiffer shaft than the OB1, is this right here. It's the Joe Porper shotgun. You can see me using this on many shots on ericyao.com. This is an interesting cue. It's got a hinged joint like this, and you can swing it out and, of course, intimidate your opponents with a great deal of intimidation. But I like this cue for a lot of shots that I shoot, particularly on the billiard table as well as the pool table. I just shot my last shot of this tournament with this cue, hit it on my first try to win 2nd place. Also shot with this cue on ESPN's 3-cushion Grandmaster, where I played against Simi Saginaw. Now another cue that I absolutely love is this one right here. This is my pride and joy. Dennis Diekman, a master cue builder, has built several cues for me, namely Massey cues, and this is the most fantastic Massey cue that I've ever seen, and I'm the prize donor of it. He's got engraved Eric Yao Massey World Champion. You can see a lot of shots done with this cue, a lot of Massey shots on ericyao.com. Diekman has built for me 3 different Massey cues. This, of course, the most impressive looking, and I shot with this in Russia last month with a World Championship where I took 6th place. Absolutely love it. I prefer to use a brass barrel with the sniper tip. Allows me to get a good hit, solid hit. A lot of jump massays I do with this shot. Again, not very practical in 8-ball or 9-ball, but impressive as all get out in regular artistic pool.
Absolutely.
Now I carry all these in a Joe Porper Creative Inventions rolling cue case. This is a 12-butt 24 shaft with a retractable handle. Holds all of my goodies in the bags down front. It's got plenty of room for all of my sticks, even the Massey cue that I shot with on ESPN's 3-cushion Grandmaster, which is a 30-ounce cue. Now, Sammy, I want you to hold this cue. This is a Massey cue that I shot against Simi Saginaw on ESPN's 3-cushion Grandmaster.
Sounds like I'm going to need 2. Oh, good gracious. Come on.
Now, this cue will literally pound the dots off a ball.
And make sure you get a close-up here.
Made by Dennis Diekman.
That's great.
Another personal favorite of mine.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Is this the case that you travel with as well?
This is the case I travel with. It travels very well on the airplane. A lot of people are worried about the damage done to soft cue bags, even a lot of leather cue bags. They're not very well configured as far as protecting the cues. This one, all I do for this is put another bag on top of it, just a small bag, perhaps a bag that a golf club bag would go into. Ships right with the rest of the luggage underneath the plane. It does fine.
Excellent. And aside from your pool cues, any other sentimental items or lucky charms we should know about?
No sentimental items, but I've got one tool and one cheater. This tool right here is a Q-Tech tip pick scuffer shaper. Again, you can buy a scuffer, you can buy a shaper, you can buy a tip pick. This is all 3-in-1. I got this from Joe Nielsen's Billiards as well. And then one last thing, I carry with me a couple of extra cue balls just to do some really fantastic shots with. And don't tell anybody this, but I carry this with me as well.
Well, Eric, again, congratulations on a great, fantastic tournament. Thank you so much for your time.
I very much appreciate it.
Thank you, and I'm sure there'll be many more to come for you.
Well, we've got the Masters coming up in March, a professional tournament at the Hopkins event. I look forward to playing in that as well.
We'll see you there. Thank you again.
Appreciate it.
Give us the lowdown here. What are you about to do?
All right, I'm going to use my favorite Diekman Masse cue, and I'm going to Masse jump the cue ball out of the rack down here. It's going to come all the way up the table, hit the stick, and be spinning so fast sideways to move the stick over and then come back. The stick's going to make the one ball. The cue ball is going to come between the stick and these balls to make the 9 here in this corner pocket. Right about like that. EricYao.com. EricYao.com.
Thank you again, Eric.